Daytime. SCP Daytime.
Well, it looks like it's going to be another fine day.
Resistance is futile. Just simulate the day.
Go ahead. Make my day.
How was your day today? Did you have a good day today or a bad day today? Well, what kind of day was it? Well, I don't know. How about you? How was your day?
We have a big show for you. Good luck, show boy.
How on with you and away we go.
That's the smartest thing I've heard all day.
SCP Daytime.
I love, admire, and respect women. Some of my best female friends are women. I am 30 million kabillion times in favor of equal pay, equal rights. Well, hell, just good old Webster's Dictionary defined equality for all women in every way that men and women can be equal. And as far as this latest news buzz about the iconic cinematic role of James Bond being played next time around by a woman, Game of Thrones actress Emilia Clarke and X-Files actress Gillian Anderson are reportedly up for a go. Permit me to utilize my literary license to kill that idea. And I don't need 007 reasons to justify my turning into Dr. No at that notion. I can extend a defiant gold finger in the direction of that silliness with a mere money penny's worth of opposition and opinion. James Bond is a man. At least the James Bond that has been with us since the late 1950s. For those youngsters amongst us who have never known life without microwave ovens, MP3 players, smartphones, and or real housewives of any and the various sundry places that not-so-real housewives gather to bitch and backstab, here's some news that might come as a surprise to you. Long before actually, there were digital, high-def movies in IMAX 3D with Dolby surround sound, there were remarkable, charming, even essential collections of words known as books. These books came in many forms. Let's take a minute for an overview. And I'll go slowly and break it down for the Kardashian devotees in the audience. Some books were informational. For example, the encyclopedia. Others were instructional. For example, textbooks. Some were informational, instructional, and sometimes even inspirational. No, I'm not talking doorknob Sarah here, kids. I'm talking divine scripture. And some books were simply stories wonderfully told of love and romance, mystery and suspense, science and fiction, ye old kings and queens and the games they played to hold on to their thrones. Again, we're talking Ivanhoe and a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court, A Tale of Two Cities. Not tits and Tyrion.
Where's the god of tits and wine?
These magical printed portals into action and adventure were, when first conceived and offered, unique and new, a novelty to connoisseurs of the printed page. A novelty that came to be known as the novel. And sometime, somewhere around 1953, from the intriguing imagination of a once-upon-a-time naval intelligence officer, a character sprang to life who would take us along as he traveled the globe, living dangerously on exotic locations, erotic women, and ever-engaging espionage. That once-upon-a-time naval intelligence officer? Ian Fleming. The exotic, erotic, and ever-engaging character that he created?
Bond. James Bond.
And since 1953, through 14 novels and at this writing 24 feature-length films, 3 generations now have thrilled, chilled, and been shaken, if not stirred, by the exploits of MI6's marvelous mixture of secret missions, mayhem, and manliness. Bond. James Bond. Key word back there, by the way, kids. Manliness.
Man talk.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have nothing at all against the idea of women being portrayed as strong, silent, and steely, secure in their powers of both passion and persuasion, and neither afraid nor hesitant to use those powers. But here's why the specter of a female being cast to shoot, seduce, and serve on Her Majesty's Secret Service is an idea I just as soon see live and let die. 2 words. Well, 3 words, if you're one of the folks who count the O in O'Hara as a separate word, although I think most grammarians would take umbrage at that. And I mentioned the distinction only by way of capitalizing on my own snarky but supremely self-satisfying opportunities to frustrate ignorant and uninformed by using words like grammarians and umbrage. Yes, Kardashian devotees, I'm talking to you. Meanwhile, back to Tara. Imagine that some Hollywood hack with more money than Medulla, bereft of talent in the first place and bored out of their gourd in the second place, decides that it's time to put a new spin on yet another classic for the purpose of filling overpriced theater seats with moviegoers who are happy to spend the utility bill money on yet another classic that has been spun newly. Now imagine the think tank thought process involved here.
Hooray for Hollywood, that screwy ballyhooey Hollywood.
How about Rocky Balboa as an extreme cage fighter secretly in love with an impish, eccentric 80-year-old British dowager? Thinking Judi Dench. She might be up for it. Hasn't really been trendy since they killed her off in Skyfall. Let's put a pin in that one. Wait. Here you go. Hannibal Lecter comes out of retirement to find out who really killed Agent Keene. What? She's not? Okay, well, that's TV anyway. And not even premium cable. So, work with me here. Kristen Stewart and Amy Schumer are a pair of therapists hilariously working with and against each other, trying to help Hannibal Lecter kick his addiction to fava beans and Chianti. What? Of course Stewart and Schumer would be lesbians. Duh.
Is everybody gay?
Maybe we could get Tina Fey and Amy Poehler for a five-way in Hannibal's rehab room jacuzzi. Whoa, hold on. I think I've got it. Gone with the Wind. Scarlett O'Hara. Yeah, I know. Dusty oldie moldy yawn snooze, tale of the old South, Civil War, never-ending love, yada yada, blah blah blah. You know what? Check this out. Red O'Hara. Huh? Yeah? Pampered, spoiled, seductive, scheming, selfish, vixen, heartbreaking, ball-breaking bitch, and all man. Oh, yeah. You know what? Call the Oscar committee and tell them to start engraving the name Johnny Depp right now. What? What woman to play Rhett? What do you mean, what woman? Wait. Hold on. Ashley Wilkes. Ashley. Huh? Could go either way, right? Am I right? At this point, as one of our favorite legendary screen spies offered in his own Academy Award-winning role,
Here endeth the lesson.
my problem with there being a Jane Bond has nothing to do with misogyny, sexism, or any ism, for that matter. It has to do, and go ahead and turn me into a duck and call me Daffy, with what I like to think is still possible in this age of mutilation and mutation of our more sacred art forms. Literary integrity. Yeah, I know. It's an election year, and yes, I know a lot of folks are going to have to pause for a moment to Google for a refresher on what integrity means. There are plenty of possible stories, plots, tales, and/or adventures that could be created featuring a strong, silent, steely, seductive agent played strongly, silently, steely, and seductively by a woman, without burdening her by comparison with the original, or insulting us by way of assuming that we don't see the switch as anything other than a gimmicky she-spy where a he-spy should be. And here's the real 00 downside. If we buy a babe as Bond, where does it stop? Larry Poppins? Citizen Kate? Georgia Bailey? Samantha Spade? Donna Corleone? Ben-Hur? I've just met a boy named Maria. There's absolutely nothing wrong with women playing characters who are strong and self-sufficient. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with men playing characters who are tender and nurturing. But James Bond, MI6 agent 007 licensed to kill, was created, as is now and ever should be, a man. And Scarlett O'Hara was created, as is now and ever should be, a woman. We can all learn, grow, and benefit by seeing things from the other side of whatever our God-given gender is. But when it comes to iconic characters of literature, stage, and screen, women should be women. Men should be men. Wait. Hold on. I got it. Thunderball meets Octopussy.